Daddy, read my name. Daddy, Daddy.
Ooh, Jesus.
Come on, man.
Let me get my.
Hey,
What's
we
up,
got
good
some
people? Can y'all
action.
hear me?
What's going on?
Yeah,
What's going on?
I was able to get it going from the laptop. Just
Good, good,
restarted.
good.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any feedback from me?
Nah, you sound good. Everything's cool.
I sound clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick with my phone, which I see me on now. My laptop is still going, and that y'all probably won't see no picture from that. Y'all just see my face, profile picture, whatever.
All right.
But that's gonna keep this recording.
Yeah.
That way it'll upload to YouTube because they ain't got their stuff together.
Good
Of
idea,
course.
Y'all gonna
brother.
see me go all kinds of places in the next 20, 30 minutes because I'm gonna go pick my wife up from work, out into the dark, in the car, all that. So I'll probably let y'all go at it while I get her acclimated to what we got going.
Yeah.
Cool.
I hope you told her ahead of time, brother.
Yeah, I gotta give out my disclaimers. So I think Kenny is he's praying with his kids real quick. So welcome, yeah, to the first unofficial, not really important. We all got dingy t-shirt on, trash talk.
That's how we do
Look, man, I got a dynasty on mine. Okay, I got a
I don't
dynasty
want to
on my
see
t-shirt.
that. Hey, I
You got to
don't
chill
cover
out.
that up.
You got
Cover
to
that
chill
up.
out. I have a dynasty on my t-shirt. All right, look.
Yeah, yeah.
How many of y'all done won in the
Oh,
last
man.
5?
See,
Okay,
we're a baseball
yeah,
team.
yeah.
You ask us about baseball, that's a whole different conversation.
Shoot, in a few years, that's about to be all that y'all
Fucking
have.
change, man. You stink.
All right.
You stink, buddy. I love you, boo boo. This time.
So, why can you mute,
Tell Candy not to call me big.
brother Wine? That is something I'm gonna ask y'all for as well. If y'all, I see some of y'all got headphones. If there is something going on in the background and you're not talking, do me a favor and mute yourself. That way we can have clarity throughout the debate. The debate.
Sound good.
All right.
Yeah, that's the little man. That's what we call Trey.
Let it out, Trey.
Man, gotta get this diaper changed
He
for the
worshiping,
nighttime in 2 hours.
worshiping,
Tell him how you really feel.
worshiping the Lord. All right. So, first off, just to get it cracking, I don't really have no official professional way to hop into it. These playoffs coming up, man. We got the NFL wild card this weekend. If I'm not mistaken, we got the Titans against the
Chiefs.
Yeah,
Chiefs,
Titans, Chiefs.
Falcons, and the Rams. I hate saying their name. We got the Panthers and the Saints.
You gotta let that hurt go.
I'm not gonna let it go. So for those who don't know, whoever might watch this, St. Louis, born and raised. I wasn't a Rams fan when I should have been. Okay, I wasn't a Rams fan when they won the Super Bowl. I
You
was
wasn't?
tripping. I was a kid. I was tripping, and I've always been anti my whole life. So anytime everybody hops on the bandwagon, I just kind of ugh. It's always been me. So I was rooting for the Titans. I'm not going front.
Well,
Wow.
I'm from the state of Tennessee, and so by law and by pure conviction, I've hated the Rams since 1999.
That's how it's supposed to be.
When they left St. Louis, I was not upset.
There you go.
Okay.
I still hate them now, even though they're in Los Angeles.
Well, I'm on the bandwagon with you.
Well, I'm
I
St.
will
Louis
forever-
born and raised.
I will forever hate the Rams. I just can't. I can't get with it. I'm still mad. I condemn Marshall Faulk. I hate Kurt Warner. I hope Isaac Bruce stubs his toe in the middle of the night every single night.
Every single night.
I'm just thinking about it. Maybe I'm
I'm
sorry.
not getting nothing else to eat, bro.
That was a sad day
Matter
for
of
me.
fact, it's time to go to bed.
That was one of the greatest days of my life, actually.
Come
St.
on.
Louis born and raised. Hey, Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. Cats hated it. Kurt Warner. Bobbing and weaving. It was amazing, man. You missed out, Brennan.
I missed out. Look, I was young and I was dumb. And I grew up liking the Cowboys. You know, I was a fan. So once I figured things out as an older teenager and young 20s in college, I started rooting for the Rams. But guess what? They decided to have the worst 5-year stretch of football in NFL history.
It was amazing. It was so great. It was so great to watch.
They decided to win 1 game a year, 2 games a year, 3 games a year. And that's when I truly was a fan of them. And rooted for them, supported them, followed the draft, free agency, everything. Yeah.
I took special joy in watching the Rams lose during that stretch. There are only certain franchises in sports that I truly dislike. The St. Louis Rams, I was 9, 10 years old when that happened. And so I remember
that's a different kind of hurt.
My dad laughing at me while I was crying. With Dyson I'm still hurt by that. And so when they started losing, I was like, yes, this is what the Rams, the University of Florida athletics across the board. I don't care if it's swimming, golf, football, basketball. Anytime Florida loses is a great day for Malcolm. I hate the Lakers. I hate Laker fans more than I hate the Lakers, but I hate the Lakers.
Wow.
I
Jeez.
I hate the Yankees.
Agree with you on that one.
Lifelong Braves fan. I know we're terrible. We're going to be terrible for like another 2 or 3 years. But
Kenny, you're strange.
I'm a realist, man. I'm a realist.
No, I'm talking about Kenny. Kenny hates the best in some sports or some ways, and then in other ways he loves the best. It doesn't make sense.
That's not true. That's not true. Let me clarify for you.
Okay, please clarify.
I do not like the Patriots or Tom Brady. All right.
It's most of America.
And it's not that I don't like I'm kind of like Malcolm. It's not that I don't like LeBron. I don't like his fan base.
He doesn't like LeBron. LeBron can raise his hand to shoot. He's like, man, I hate how you shoot.
Nah, that's not.
Nah, I get that. No, I get that though. For me, it's the fan base. The fan base is making me really hate people.
Oh yeah.
It's
Put him
not
on
so
the
much.
then I'll be back.
Put him on
Not
mute.
so much.
Put it on mute, Juan.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not so much that I like. I love LeBron's game, what LeBron does as a person. It's just that when LeBron goes up to shoot, you can't tell his fan base that it's not going in.
Oh my God.
And as a lifelong Bulls fan, I've been hearing the LeBron Jordan conversation. Every time Jordan knocks down the shot, it's like, oh, that's why he's greater. Every time LeBron knocks down the shot, oh, that's why he's greater than Jordan. I'm like, let it
Stop
go.
it.
Let go of the argument, man. 6-0 in the finals. 6-0 in the finals. That's where I'm gonna keep that at.
Stop it.
And then I hate when they post a little side by side stats for like they're 15 years in, and
Right.
LeBron has more points. I was like, he's been playing since he was 18 years old. Jordan came in the league in 21. He had a 3-year head start, man. Like y'all
Preach.
So that's actually gonna be one of the topics tonight, since y'all now so frustrated by LeBron's success.
We'll go ahead.
We'll definitely get to that topic, but good to get a little bit of feeling of who everybody is, who everybody's with. Y'all can see what bandwagon I hopped on. That didn't work out this year.
You know, Brendan, I remember when you were posting your new team search.
Yeah.
About a year ago or 2 years
My
ago,
blog.
the Rams bolted from St. Louis. How'd you end up? So I missed it when you
Just
made
had
the
to
pick.
say that
I
again.
missed it when you made the pick. How did you come to picking the soon-to-be Las Vegas overrated Raiders.
Wow.
You really had to drive that whole long one sentence on. You had to drive that home, didn't you?
I'm good at that. You know this.
So, I've always liked the Raiders. I always admired the Raiders. I like their swag. I like the colors. I like the culture. Black Hole. I actually played for a little league team called the Raiders in St. Louis, or Florissant, like outside of St. Louis. So I've always had my eye on them, and I really started liking them as the Rams was trying to get out of St. Louis. I saw them draft Cooper. I saw them draft Carr, Khalil. I saw them start to build, and that's when I really started liking them. It was when they beat the Chiefs. That one season that kept them from going 0-16. I think they beat the Chiefs in week 15, I think. And that's when I was like, yeah, I really like this team.
Okay.
And then that was it.
So you saying that a team that was 0-14, they won a game and they made you jump on a bandwagon?
No, I had already liked them. I just seen the talent. So the thing was, I seen the team getting good throughout that season. Just like the horrible comparison, but the Browns had a nice team 2 seasons ago or 2 or 3 seasons ago before Josh Gordon got suspended. And they kept losing every game. I think they had Fitzpatrick starting, and they was in every game like one possession games to the fourth quarter, and they just kept losing. But it was a competitive team. That's how the Raiders.
But they were like that. They were like that this year too, though. They lost a lot of close games. They weren't just getting ran out the building this year. I mean, I just think they just didn't have the pieces to.
That's all it is. It was competitive football. It was competitive
football. They just didn't have pieces to contend late. So it's just, I just feel like the Browns are the most poorly ran franchise in football.
Yeah. Oh, that's not even a question.
They just don't have the pieces yet. And I think once they get the pieces, it'll show up one day.
But the thing is,
once they get the pieces,
have had the pieces.
When
over,
I feel like they draft names out of a hat. Like they just like pull it and just go.
That's what I was going to say.
Board, they just go. I don't know. They just look away, pull it up, and go. This is who we picking. And then when Brock Osweiler extorted them out of $15 million, I knew everything was bad from there.
When you skip over Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz, Jeff Goff, when you skip over those guys and just be getting cats, whoever you think is got the biggest muscles, that's what your franchise is gonna be.
I wanted Deshaun Kaiser to do well. I did. I really did. For multiple reasons. I got a lot of family in South Bend. They're big Notre Dame fans. And so I root for them on occasion. I wanted him to be great. But
black.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That was one reason why I was like, Sean Kaiser is gonna lead the Browns to at least 4 wins. No, I was dead wrong on that. That was a wing and a prayer thought right there.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Looking at these games this weekend, Jacksonville, Buffalo, Tennessee, Kansas City, New Orleans, and Carolina, which I think is going to be the best game of the weekend, and then Atlanta and the Rams.
I think the Atlanta and the Rams game is going to be the best game.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. If you just looking for just pure.
No, I think that Panthers Saints game.
That's what I'm thinking.
They've played 2 times already. Saints done beat them twice already. I mean,
but it's playoff football now.
It's playoff
football. Playoff football is always different from the regular season. Man. Always different.
That's a division rival in the playoffs.
And then you talking Cam Bam Newton, former MVP, Drew Brees, and then that 2-headed monster that New Orleans got in the backfield with University of Tennessee graduate Alvin Kamara.
Oh, come on.
Nobody even knows he went there.
Trophy winner. Oh, I do. I do. And he saved my fantasy team this year. He saved my fantasy team this year too. If it wasn't for Alvin Kamara, I don't make it to the championship game. I still lost, but if I would have won it, I would have sent that man the championship T-shirt. He saved my season. I told everybody coming out that he was going to be. I saw him play at Tennessee. He was going to be. I knew what he was going to be, but a lot of people, when they had AP, you had to sit and wait.
Hold on. You thought Kamara was going to do what he did his rookie year?
Absolutely.
No, come on.
Yes, y'all can say no all y'all want.
Well, see, he's coming from a position of bias as well. He said University of Tennessee graduate. He had to throw the whole title in there.
I watched him play, man. I sat and watched. I don't miss Tennessee football games. As bad as they may be, I suffered through it. So I watched him play last year. I saw how shifty he was in space. I saw how hard he was to tackle the same way John Kelly was hard to tackle this year for Tennessee. And he's coming out. Once they let go of AP, I knew that he was going to get some touches. When you get a guy like that touches in space, he showed that he could do it. So,
okay.
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to be that.
You had the inside track on the Tennessee players because nobody else watches Tennessee football, so you kind of have the inside track.
Exactly. So when they drafted him, I was like, I know a little bit more about Kamara than most because I just sat there and watched. So I remember I was in 2 fantasy leagues. I drafted him. Everybody thought I was crazy until he started scoring 50 points, 60 points every single week. And it was like, oh, you was on to something. I was like, yeah, I knew beforehand. But,
honestly, I think it depends on what kind of Cam show up.
T. Martin was there, so I can't say.
Hey, look, T. Martin did what Peyton Manning couldn't do. That was win us a national championship. We were going to the Citrus Bowl every single year, and Steve Spurrier was making fun of us every single year, talking about you can't spell citrus without UT. And then T. Martin comes in, same team that Peyton had the year before.
You are correct.
He not only goes undefeated, but wins the first BCS national championship, which also started off the SEC dominance in college football for the last 20 years.
Oh my God, the SEC historian.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, that was the first.
There
that
you
was the
go.
first. The Tostitos Fiesta Bowl in Tempe just the other day. That's the only thing I got left to celebrate now because, we lost every SEC game this year, so there ain't much to talk about. I knew this was going downhill when we lost to Florida. The way we lost to Florida, I was a wrap.
Well, shifting back to the game, if it's Saints Panthers, right?
Yeah.
I'll say this. It honestly, to me, it depends on what type of Cam shows up. If 2015 Cam shows up, it's gonna be tight, but I have to pick the Panthers just because of how that defense has been gelling over the course of the season. They still win 11-5 this year.
Yeah.
People forget they won 11 games this year with how inconsistent he's been. But if 2016 Cam show up, like pre-surgery Cam show up, that might not be. It might be an ugly like 38-7 type of game for the Saints.
Yeah, but I also look at. I think people are disrespecting New Orleans defense too.
I'm disrespecting their defense. I am.
They played well in 12 of the 16 games that
they did and got a whole.
They played in this year.
Yeah, a whole lot better.
A lot better.
And think about it like this: one of their best guys is Manti. I got catfished in College Tale. I forgot he was still in the league.
That was like the original catfish, wasn't it?
Yeah. And he out here. I mean, and he's one of the top. I want to say top 5 on the team in tackles. Like he could have easily.
But the real
maybe been an outside pick for the Pro Bowl.
Lattimore.
Yes, Marshawn Lattimore. Yes,
he's a beast.
Marshawn Lattimore is a beast right now. Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to play the way he's played.
Didn't Cameron Jordan was like top in the league in sacks, wasn't he? Or towards the top.
I want to say he was definitely top 10. So Chandler Jones out in Arizona sack title this year.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised by because their defense stayed on the field all game.
I just think because it's a divisional game, divisional games are always close.
Yeah.
And I think if the good Cam Newton show up, I'm picking the Saints because I think they got the better team. But I feel like Cam Newton,
No,
when
no
Cam
question.
Newton is great, he can make the difference.
That's all I'm saying.
You're
He
right.
can.
No, yeah. Carolina's
If he's
success
great, so
falls
he
on
can
Cam
throw for
Newton.
like 250 and run for another 70.
The Saints are gonna be at home, right?
Yeah,
Saints at home.
Yeah, that's a big advantage. That's a big home
Ain't
field
no,
advantage.
ain't no tough play. That's one of the toughest places to play in the NFL, man. I don't care who you are. You go into the dome against New Orleans and they ride high. And don't discount Drew Brees' arm too, because remember he fresh. He ain't had to throw the ball 50 times a game this year.
Yeah,
Right.
and that Panther secondary is super suspect.
do y'all think Drew Brees still got it?
Oh yeah,
Because a
that's
lot
not
of
even
people
that's
say
not
that
even
running
a
game
question.
is hiding the fact that he kind of washed.
Well, I feel like with
no.
Drew,
Not saying he's trash, but saying like
No.
top 5 QB.
yeah, no, I think he's still a top 5 QB. I think Drew he's benefiting from the fact that he has a run game.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're not seeing the same Drew Brees stats because we've always relied on Drew Brees throwing the ball 45 to 50 times a game.
yeah.
Right.
So now he got some guys he can lean on. He don't have to throw the ball so much. So now people are looking at it like, oh, well, he's not the same Drew Brees. Like he doesn't have to be. He's where
This
Peyton
might-
Manning was when he came to
This
Denver.
might be Drew Brees' final form.
No, man, look. Drew Brees got 386 completions, 4,300 yards with 23 touchdowns. I'll take that all day long.
Good point,
So
yeah.
like he was saying, the running game has took the pressure off, but Drew Brees is still Drew Brees. Like
Yeah,
that
I
ain't
mean, even with that run game, he was still second in the league in passing yards this year.
Okay.
So behind Tom Brady. So
All right, because I'm like, if I'm the Panthers, I'm like, we gonna put everything to stop Kamara in them and make Drew Brees beat them.
that'll be a mistake.
Now,
Yeah, it would be.
That would be a mistake.
Now I'm
So-
admitting that sounds crazy because he's Drew Brees, but I'm saying based off this year, what Kamara and Ingram been doing, with a solid defense from the Saints.
So you saying, nah, you got to just play them straight up. You can't be like, oh, we just gonna stop the run. And man, Drew Brees throw for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns.
because he still got Michael Thomas and 10 occasional hands get Junior. And
That's what I'm saying. Besides Mike Thomas, I don't trust Ted Ginn, bro.
Nah,
Fast. Mike
That's
Thomas
about it.
is not.
Ted Ginn don't trust Ted Ginn. Ginn see the ball in there and be like, I don't know if I really want to catch this.
Ted Ginn might have some
If it had to
insider
go- if it
info
had to
on
go
Cam
out-
too.
That's true.
Yeah.
So everybody's on the Saints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got New Orleans
I got the
34-24. 34-24. New
Yeah.
Orleans.
I got New Orleans 31-17.
I don't think it's gonna be that high scoring. I got it probably about 24-17. Thanks, Blake.
I think
I
that's
got the
actually probably
Panthers.
That's a better one.
I got
got
the Panthers. Keys. Mr. Keys. 27-24 Panthers.
All right, sir.
I don't know, man. The way it's going this year, I can't put no game on the foot of the kicker.
Never know.
I can't. All the kickers been trash this year. I can't put.
Right.
I don't want to be in a field goal game.
Right.
No, heck no.
When Dan Bailey to miss 7 field goals in a year, you know it's a tough year for kickers.
Right.
All right, let's talk about this Falcons LA team game. I ain't gonna say their name no more.
Let the Rams, man, get over
Right. LA.
Let it go.
Falcons
man.
and LA team game.
Let it go, man. You gotta let that hurt go, man.
No,
You
man.
gotta let that pain
LA
go.
team is playing out in LA. They College Stadium. Who y'all picking?
You can't be biased, man.
Oh, no bias.
That's what it sounds like.
No bias.
You don't pick the Falcons just because he's still hurt. You can see it.
Right.
I feel like the Falcons should win this game, but the Rams are gonna win it. The Falcons should win it,
Yeah.
but I feel like the Rams are gonna win it.
I feel like the Falcons defense has a really off day because they're not a consistent defense, and I feel like Ty Gurley runs for $125. 2
League MVP.
touchdowns. League MVP. You got Jared Goff that can still toss the rock around. He's actually played really well this year, and that one of the number 1 offenses in the league. And I think St. Louis defense steps up. I got the Rams 24-14.
Same here. I think the
I hate to
Rams,
say that.
they
I
hype.
hate to say that because I hate the Rams. But I hate to say that.
Rams hype right now. Offense is clicking. Defensive player in the league, and Aaron Donald. He gonna probably get after Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has shown that he's kind of shaky bakey when it comes to clutchness. So I'm going with the Rams 34-21.
However, I will say if the Falcons can get that run game going early and open up some space for Julio and Sanu, it could be a lot closer.
Can't argue that.
Yeah, bro. The Falcons got the talent. It's just, and they got the experience, but it's just the way they looked all season has been crazy.
Yeah.
But if you can get hot, you think about teams that ran from the wild card to the Super Bowl, like the Packers a few years ago, like the Steelers. You get hot at the right time, man. All it takes is one game to click. You only got to win 3 to get there.
This is true.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting, but I got the Rams. I got the Rams in that one, man.
Yeah.
Well, we got the game I really want to see, the Jacksonville Buffalo game. That's the game I'm really interested in seeing.
Oh, Jacksonville is gonna kill them boys.
Hold on a second.
So?
Hold on a second.
So? Oh wait, yeah.
That defense.
Hold on a second.
Well, we already know you picking the Falcons, bro.
I'm picking the Falcons.
There you go now.
Falcons 34-3.
45-0.
But let me tell you. Let me explain.
That's what you said.
Let me explain. One, they was just in the Super Bowl. Let's not forget that they was just in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, okay.
Let's not discount that.
Let's not forget how the Super Bowl ended too.
That's what I'm saying. What were they doing when they were there? They was there, but what was they doing there?
This is what the Falcons did. This is what the Falcons didn't have last season. They didn't have any tests on their way to the Super Bowl. Right? This season they had to gut their way into the playoffs on the last game of the season, and they played a very tough Carolina Panthers team who's also in the playoffs to get that win. And Cam was playing. It wasn't like Cam was just like, whatever. He was trying to get one of them top 2 seeds so they could get a bye week.
You talking about the last game they just played, right?
Yeah,
the last game.
Bro, that was horrible, Cam. That was probably Cam's worst game in his career.
I didn't say he played well. I said he was trying.
What does that mean?
Yeah, right.
I just said he was. It wasn't like he was just out there like, whatever. He was actually trying to play well, and the Falcons didn't allow him to. They were in his face with good pressure. They ran the ball effectively. Matt Ryan didn't turn the ball over crazy, and they won a quality game a quality win at the end of the season, going into the playoffs. And they're playing a team that has no playoff experience. Who on that roster has got playoff experience?
True. I agree.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But also
I'm just saying, there is bias there. Yes, there's absolutely bias there. However, there is an experienced playoff team that has a Super Bowl pedigree there as well, NFC Championship pedigree.
They do not have a Super Bowl pedigree.
And they out for revenge.
They out for revenge. Pedigree.
He just gave them a whole pedigree.
NFC Championship pedigree. And they out for revenge. So because they're motivated by the revenge, because I don't know what kind of Jared Goff I'm going to get in this situation, let's look at the losses that the Rams had as well throughout the season. They didn't win. They didn't just blow out the best teams in the NFL. Okay, let's go through their schedule.
They beat the Seahawks 42-7 in Seattle.
Yeah,
that don't happen.
Look,
that's not the same Seattle team.
Bro, stop.
Look at their record.
42-7. Seattle don't lose like that at the house.
Look, I only got 2. One, shout out. Let's give a shout out to the NFC South for being the best division in football. Because you get 3 teams in with 11+ wins.
Oh yeah.
That you gotta be dope to do that. 2, remember the Falcons winning. They were at home last year. It's always different when you're playing at home and when you're going on the road. And they're going into a different time zone. Yes, they were in the Super Bowl last year, but their whole season has looked like the second half of the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's just I can see them pulling it out. Like I said, if they can get their run game going, if their defense plays marginally well, they'll have it. If Matt Ryan plays like MVP Matt Ryan, which is still kind of suspect, then yeah, they have a shot.
And you still have a top 3 receiver on the other side of the ball. I mean, you can't deny that either. If he
Yeah, but how
decides
many
he
times
wants to
Julio
go
Jones
off,
gonna catch for 200 yards?
if he doesn't drop the ball, just saying.
No, Julio ain't been the problem. Man, Ryan
No,
was
it's not
the
Julio.
problem.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Julio
defense is the
can drop that
problem.
rock though.
Man, look, how many drops does he have this year though? It hasn't been that.
He had a whole lot of drops this year.
Nah, I need look. You got to give me some numbers on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to find some numbers on that because I don't
He
feel like
dropped.
he's dropped a lot of
I
balls.
saw him
I thought he dropped more
personally
balls
drop
last year
2
than he did.
touchdown passes. Personally,
So you count that? What? That's 10 drops per touchdown drop.
it's about 10 drops per touchdown drop. Exactly. But I am gonna pick the Falcons in a fairly high scoring game, 34-28. That's my pick.
Okay. Now,
On to that Jacksonville Buffalo game.
yeah, look, I really want to see this game. I really do. I want to see this game. I hate Jacksonville because they're in the AFC South, but it's something about. I was out New Year's Eve. I was at my neighbor's house with my parents. That's what we've been doing for like the last 20 years. And one of the neighbors is a Buffalo Bills fan, and they've been waiting so long. And if you remember,
Right.
last time that they were in the playoffs was the Music City Miracle, which was also one of the best days of my life. But and so the excitement that they have, and you can talk about the Bills not being a really good team offensively, although Tyrod Taylor is a lot better than people give him credit for. He's still finished. I want to say you talk about the 12 playoff quarterbacks that are in. He's sitting at number 11 for a game where he probably would have moved up to 7 or 8. But when you got a team that ain't been there in a while, and you got a fan base that's behind them like that, and the way that Jacksonville's been playing lately, and the way Blake Bortles has been playing like Blake Bortles 2 years ago,
Right.
Buffalo has a shot.
I'm gonna say this. Remember this. This is
And
the
they got
name
and
right
they got
here.
LaShawn McCoy. They still have LaShawn. They have LaShawn
If-
McCoy.
He
If
might be out.
Shady- Right. If Shady ain't
Yeah, he
hurt,
might be out. He was hurt.
if
last
Shady
game.
ain't hurt,
I don't know if it was
right.
serious.
He hurt his ankle in the Dolphins game. So if he
Yeah.
ain't playing, I'm leaning heavily towards Jacksonville. If he plays, it might be a different story. But if he don't play, Jacksonville should win.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play. I think they held him out last week. Not just
No.
but
He got hurt.
think-
He got hurt last week.
Yeah, I know they carted him off. But I don't know if he
Right.
plays, man. I don't know. It's gonna be. Interesting.
I just feel-
I think it's a better game than people give it credit for.
I've developed an affinity for Jalen Ramsey and that defense. Like
Okay.
that defense, just the way they talk, they swagger, and not just they swagger. The metrics, like they are one of the best defenses.
All right. That's not a question.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, with Leonard Fournette running that ball, Blake Bortles has looked good like the past month, relatively to being Blake Bortles.
I know the last
Right.
couple of weeks he was suspect though in San
He
Francisco.
said relatively to be at Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles. Yeah, by Blake Bortles standards, he played really well.
Playing phenomenal.
By everybody else's standards,
Right.
I'm like, I know, especially the last 2 weeks in Tennessee and in San Francisco, he showed he was like, I'm still Blake Bortles. I'm
Don't trust me. Right.
Yeah, I'm playing well, right? Don't trust me too much. Don't bet your house on me.
Right.
Like I said, yeah, I like Tyrod. I respect Tyrod against that defense
Yeah.
with Kevin Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the go-to
It's
guy.
hard for me. It's hard for me not to root for Tyrod after the way they tried to do him.
Oh, yeah, they disrespected him.
Because they disrespected him mad tough. At the time they benched him, he had one of the top 5 QBRs in the league.
Yeah. They did. It was pure disrespect.
And so for him to come back and say, you know what, I'm gonna get us here. And, he got Kelvin, he has Sammy. I think that, if they play, once again, it always comes down to if your defense is playing decent.
Right.
And if the Bills defense can play decent, I feel like with Fournette in your backfield, you're always going to be in a game because that man is a monster. However, I also look at it like, are they going to give him the ball too much to where he's been ran down all year?
They better lean on him for this game.
That's my concern for his career. Like, my concern for Fournette's career is that he's going to carry the ball 45 times a game, and 3 years from now, his body's going to be shot.
All right.
Yeah. If Bortles don't develop or they don't get a real quarterback.
Right.
Once again, it's Blake Bortles.
Right, because the Blake
I
Bortles,
wouldn't trust Blake Bortles to watch my kids with me in the house.
the Blake Bortles we seeing right now is a what's the word? It's a anomaly is what we seeing
Yeah,
right
exactly. He has a defense. He's doing what Peyton Manning did with the Broncos when they won Super Bowl 50. Like,
pretty much.
I have a defense I can lean on. If I can just go out there and throw maybe 1 or 2 touchdown passes, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
I don't trust Blake Bortles in the playoff scenario. I don't. I don't trust.
I don't know who it was that said it. I think it was Jarrell Casey for the Titans, I think. But he was like, if you got to trust Blake Bortles in the fourth quarter, he's going to fold.
Yeah,
I was
exactly. That's factual.
Can't really argue with that. He hasn't proven otherwise. So it can't be a close game going into the final minutes. Otherwise, I probably will give it to, because I seen Tyrod had that dog in him where he's like, I'm going to go get this. Yeah. I haven't seen that from Blake. And Fournette probably won't be able to do that by himself.
No, absolutely not. And then you got to also think, they don't have really top receivers to throw to in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
With Marquise Lee out, look, Dede Westbrook screwed me. I put him on my fantasy team for the championship game. He had 1 catch for 9 yards. And I'm like, in a game where they're going to have to throw the ball. Like,
fool's goal.
Like, come on, man. I'm sitting there like, I could have played Kendall Wright. And at least I would have lost by 30 instead of 40.
Right.
I looked at Westbrook and I said, nah.
It sounded good, man. It sounded good, but it was after a Blake Bortles anomaly. Like, really, I'm going with Buffalo because I don't like Blake Bortles. That's really what I don't like Blake Bortles in the playoff game. I don't like Blake Bortles in the playoff game. I'm going Buffalo in a really, really tight. Yeah. I might be wrong, and I'm okay with this because I don't care about Jacksonville. 17-14, Buffalo. Buffalo moved up to the divisional round for the first time since the mid-90s.
I think Buffalo's going to be just so happy they got her. They're going to get slaughtered. I think it's going to be like 17-6.
Hey,
I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball. If LaShawn McCoy is playing, if LaShawn McCoy not there.
I'm with Box on this one. Yeah, I'm with Box on this one. If McCoy don't play,
17-9, they can field goals. They won't keep them.
If McCoy don't play, I'm going Jacksonville like 20-21-6. Because if Shea don't play, I don't see Buffalo moving the ball at all.
Or if he does play and he's just not himself, same token. Because they might try to trot him out there as a decoy, but we'll know after the first 1 or 2 possessions. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I gotta go with Jacksonville too, man.
I'm just being biased. I'm gonna pick against Jacksonville every single week.
Anything Florida. Well, I'm going with Jacksonville. I'm going with Jackson. I think it's gonna be close, even if Shady don't play, just because of Blake Bortles. So I say something like 20-14, 20-17, something like that. Low scoring game.
I feel like Blake Bortles is going to solidify his position as the new Tony Romo. That's what I feel like is going to happen.
Oh, man.
We got no Cowboys fans. We got any Cowboys fans in the room?
Hey, that's disrespectful to Tony Romo, and I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Cowboys fans, but I'm a Tony Romo defender.
Oh, okay.
But Romo was a good quarterback. He wasn't bad. He was a good quarterback.
Sharp left turn.
Absolutely, he was. I'm not saying that Romo wasn't a good quarterback. What I'm saying is, I've never seen a quarterback snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, or snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, the way Tony Romo has. I've seen Tony Romo. I feel like Tony Romo just go out. Tony Romo play like he owed people money. We covered the spread here. I got to throw a pick right here. Tony Romo threw balls in the fourth quarter like he was point shaving.
You ain't lying. You are being very honest.
That's actually kind of true.
I feel like Blake Bortles is going to be that new, because he got him to the playoffs. He's going to stay in Jacksonville for another 5 years, because that's the only time Jacksonville ever makes the playoffs is every 5 years. But they do have a solid defense, though. I do like the defense of Jacksonville. I might hate the Jaguars. I might hate University of Florida Athletics. But that has nothing to do with this conversation. Jacksonville has a top 5 defense. So I think they're going to have a top 5 defense for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're all on Jacksonville except for Malcolm. He's going to ride with Buffalo.
Yes, absolutely.
The Florida hate runs fresh in his veins.
Yeah. I mean, I'm cool with the pro teams. I hate Jacksonville because they're in our division. I hate the University of Florida. I'm cool with Florida State most times.
Yeah, that's my squad, Florida State.
University of Miami, I'm happy that they're back. But anything outside of that, man, Jacksonville, I can't. I'm gonna pick against them every single week. They could have been.
Hey, it's all about the you.
I've been picking against them.
It's all about the you.
Although my parents are from Wisconsin and they was cheering pretty heavily last week for good reason, because Wisconsin outplayed the U last week in the row.
Yeah, they did. They kicked our butts.
They did. But I think Wisconsin got that respect that they should have got all the way through the year, and I think they'll be pretty good next year too because their offense is young. But,
speaking of hometown team, Malcolm, we're gonna talk about your Titans.
Yep, I'm in the city right now.
Going to KC.
Right now.
Listen, I went to Kansas City. I went to the last Kansas City Raiders game in KC. My first time going to a Chiefs game, and when they say it's loud in there, like it's no joke, bro. Like I understand why they call it the loudest stadium in the world. Like Seattle probably took the crown, but KC is right there. Like that's a true home field advantage. They called 2 or 3 timeouts just because of the crowd noise.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
but you got to remember Tennessee did win there earlier this year.
That's true. That's true.
Kansas City earlier this year.
Was DeMarco Murray healthy in that game? Because he's gonna be out this week.
He was healthy, but you have to remember this though. When you talk about 2-headed monsters in the backfield, of course, number 1 is in New Orleans, and you have to go. The Tennessee backfield is probably top 5 in that conversation of duos right now. So you can lean. They leaned on Henry last week, and he played well. There have been times where they've leaned on Henry. I wish they actually leaned on Henry more in certain games. They probably would have won the division had they leaned on Derrick Henry a little bit more than they leaned on Murray. Because Murray is getting up there in age and stuff like that. Now, you can't replace DeMarco Murray because he can catch out the backfield. But him not being there, Derrick Henry is more than capable against a shoddy defensive front for Kansas City that's not really great at stopping the run, especially lately. I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine. And then you got to also remember their secondary is Kansas City's secondary is depleted.
Yeah.
Since week 1, losing Eric Berry. So
right.
Another University of Tennessee.
Oh my God!
Oh, you shot these guys out. Is this some homing going on right here? I'm hearing a lot of Tennessee Volunteers shout outs.
Oh well, that's all it is right now. So but I feel like it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a close one. It's gonna come down to Marcus Mariota and how he plays. And I think if he plays well, I'm going with the hometown team. I'm in Nashville right now. I just passed by Nissan Stadium. I know they ain't playing at home, but the city is live. The city is ready for it. I'm ready for it. I've been waiting 10 years to watch playoff football. Last time we were in the playoffs, Kerry Collins was our quarterback. So I'm ready. I'm more than ready to see some playoff football from the Titans, but I think they're actually good enough to actually win the game. They're not just happy to be there. They actually want to win. And don't doubt Mariota. Mariota can sling the rock, too, when he's feeling it. And he's healthy enough to scramble around, too. So, Titans.
What's your score?
I'm going to go.
Titans 28-14 because Alex Smith doesn't show up.
Damn.
I'm gonna go extreme opposite. I'm gonna go extreme opposite. KC blast the Titans 35-10. Hunt goes downs. Mariota does nothing. The stadium is just too crazy. Tennessee gets slaughtered. They go back home, just like when they lost in the Super Bowl to the Rams.
Well,
my God!
Why you gotta do that? See, that's
you are just so disrespectful.
First of all, and I'm gonna counter this argument right here. I'm not giving it. Look, first of all, Kevin Byard leads the NFL in interceptions. Alex Smith throws 2 picks. One of them goes to him.
Okay.
Tennessee's defense scores 1 touchdown. That's why I got it 28-14. Alex Smith is not going to play well. I don't care if he is at home. It's Alex Smith.
But when you say he won't play well, you talking about he won't make dynamic plays, or
he will not make dynamic plays downfield. Without Kareem Hunt, think about the Chiefs this year. They started off real hot. Everybody's like, it's the best team in the AFC, which I actually thought for a minute too. And you know, I was an Alex Smith defender when he got replaced by Colin Kaepernick. But looking at him the last 2-3 years, he can't game manage his way to an AFC Championship game. And I think,
bro, this probably been his most dynamic season of his career.
But as a whole, as a team, the Kansas City Chiefs, what they lost, 5-6 straight in the middle of the year. The only reason the only reason they made the playoffs is because the AFC West was so trash.
True.
Almost everybody in the AFC West is under 500, except for the Chiefs. That's only because they started 5-0.
Yeah,
I agree about Alex Smith, but the thing is, I don't think he has to play well for him to win. I think his playmakers around him, Hunt, Hill, Kelsey, just give them the ball in space, and they're going to do something with it. It ain't going to be no 20-yard game. It's just going to be a 5-yard slant to Hill, and he take it 60 yards.
Yeah. That's been his offense the whole year. That's been his offense the whole year is Hunt and Hill. But I feel like I don't know, man. I think a lot of people
Kelsey
Tennessee's defense, man. Tennessee's defense is a lot better than people give it credit for.
Travis Kelsey, heard of that guy?
And I'm also going off the fact that we beat them earlier this year. That's also another thing I'm going off of. With the same guys on the field. So I'm taking Tennessee in this one.
I have to use the same argument I used for the Falcons. Honestly, it's experience versus talent at this point. You got the experience of Alex Smith versus the talent of Mariota. And I've seen Mariota be just as wildly inconsistent as I've seen Cam be.
Absolutely.
And
I'll agree with that.
We don't know which kind of Mariota is going to show up. I mean, he performed well on the college level when it came to a championship game performance, but this is a whole new ball game, man.
Remember this stat. Kansas City has lost 5 straight home playoff games. The last time Kansas City won a home playoff game, Joe Montana was the quarterback. Now, when was the last time you remember seeing Joe Montana on anything besides a Madden Ultimate Team card? Okay, so some streaks don't die, and I feel like it's going to continue this week.
That KC defense don't really seem to be missing Barry though.
Didn't Peters get hurt too?
I don't know.
Peters is solid. He's solid, but I don't know, man. I don't see Kansas. The way that they played lately just does not say it is a lot for them to move on to the division.
Definitely won't say it's a lot, but I wouldn't give Tennessee 2 touchdowns. I think it's going to be about a 7 to 10 point game either way. But I give
them a 2 touchdown spread because I feel like the Tennessee defense is very opportunistic, and the last 2 games they've managed to pull off a couple defensive touchdowns. So I think that streak is going to keep running. They're playing hot right now. When you're playing hot, and they had a tough time against Los Angeles. They had a tough time against the Rams because Gurley, had his 80-yard touchdown run and stuff like that. But the defense still played decent. So I think that it's going to come down to I think Tennessee is just a little hotter right now than Kansas City. And I'm a homer, so I was going to pick them regardless of what y'all said today. And if I'm right, I'm going to make sure that y'all know it. So that's what it is. Titans win by.
I'm gonna go ahead and ride with the Chiefs. I've never been a fan of supporting division rivals on any level in any sport, but Titans. I actually like the Titans more than the Chiefs. If you was talking about my blog earlier, Malcolm, Titans was one of my top 4 teams that I was considering bandwagoning at the time that other team left St. Louis. But again, just from what I've seen this season with Mariota, he's just as up and down as all these other quarterbacks that we've discussed. But he gets a lot more credit because of what he can do with his legs.
Absolutely.
If he gets down, I can't give it to him. If they playing from the lead, then you can lean on Derrick Henry. You can game manage and you can, do what you do. But I've seen the glory of Tyreek Hill. I don't know why they fear him the way that they do, other than his speed. But when that dude get downfield, it's a wrap. It's over with. With Travis Kelce eating them up underneath, that pass rush is still dynamic. Marcus Peters healthy on the outside is going to take away whoever the number one is for Tennessee. And we haven't talked about Derek Johnson. I haven't heard his name all season, but he's still playing football.
Yeah.
Still led the team in tackles.
Like it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game.
That's probably my most anticipated game of the slot, honestly. Other than that Panthers game, I really want to see this one. Yeah. But I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, probably 24-14.
Regardless of the result,
I might give Tennessee 24-17.
Yeah, I mean, if we get behind, it'll be a tough one. But like I said, look, I'm just happy to see some Titans playoff football finally. I've been waiting a long time for this. I mean, every single year, and I'm a realist. So I know when we're going to be bad, and I know when we should be decent. So to even just make the playoffs for me as a fan and as a realist, I'm just happy to even be I'm happy to be invited to the dance.
Let's hope the Titans aren't just happy to be there.
No, I hope they're not. I hope that they show up. I think they're gonna show up though. I mean, it should be a good one.
They're gonna be 1 yard short.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We ain't gonna keep doing this.
He had that in the holster for 20 minutes.
Oh, I was waiting.
Yeah, look, we just met. I'm trying to work on me this year. Don't have me up here cursing. I'll start.
That's a social faux pas, Kenny. You don't do that.
That hurts.
It's your brother.
All right, what I do to you? All
certain sports.
He gonna cry in the car.
I'm gonna cry when I get off here.
All right, so I was gonna introduce some GOAT talk in basketball, but we coming up on our hour, so I'll probably say that for another time because I know that'll go. That's a whole half hour at least by itself. But
that's a
sharp transition to the game last night. I don't know if you all got a chance to check it out. Celtics and Cavs. Highly anticipated return of IT, even though he didn't play. Almost a disgusting performance by the Cavaliers in that second half. I want to hear y'all thoughts on that game and what y'all think that means for the Eastern Conference. Or if it's too early to tell.
It's too early to tell. I've never been one to talk. I don't like talking about something until after the All-Star break. It's like you don't know who's who yet. Like we only 30-some games in. Like, IT came back the other night, played really well, and it showed what Cleveland could possibly be moving down the road. And he played there. They had him on the pitch count and played so many minutes. And so Kyrie didn't play well within himself. I think Boston played well as a whole. But it's not a statement. It's just like, okay, it's another game on the docket in the regular season. The games don't really matter until after February. Once you get to March, April, May, and June, that's when we start knowing what it's really doing. Then you can start statement games then.
Yeah, I don't feel like we can take anything away from that game. Like, for me, that was like 1-82. It was so many. Like, when is the next time? Kyrie scored 11 points. What's his name? Rozier? He had the game of his life. And Wade, Love, JR, and Crowder went 8 for 44. And it's like Bron had 19. Pretty much was like, I'm cool on the second half.
Yeah,
just sat out the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was like, like, this was an anomaly.
Yeah,
so I'm like, this is just 1-82. It happens.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
I didn't know that was on a back-to-back for the Cavs. So like them back-to-backs be mattering.
Especially when you as old as the Cavs roster is too. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
They know what they are. They're like the 95 Rockets. Like, we know they're not going to be dominant the whole way through, but when you get to the playoffs,
yeah, absolutely.
That's when you'll see that Cavaliers team we've been seeing for the last 3 years.
I think
that's
game gonna mean something though. They play in February 11th, and the IT should be back.
Yeah. That'll be one. That'll be one I want to see because that's right before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
That'll be one I want to see.
So I think the reason you mentioned is why I say there's a little cause of concern, Malcolm, because of the age of the Cavs having to sustain their level of dominance for 82 games. It's not as easy as it has been in the past for the guys on that roster. And LeBron is, 33, 34 years old? How old is he?
He's 33.
So
33.
He's not a spring chicken, even though he's probably in the best shape of 98% of people on the planet. Those minutes are going to catch up to him because he's playing old school minutes, banging low in the paint like he's still 18. And then we're also talking about Boston having a top 5 defense. That's nothing to sleep on either. It's not necessarily one man just holding down the fort by himself. That's true team ball. So if you can't get those guys on the court for 7 games, that gives the young legs an advantage, especially if the Cavaliers have to take a tougher role in the playoffs because they're a lower seed.
Well, I still think that, even though you see it on paper, they're still going to be the number 1 seed in the East. I don't think that there's – Boston's on the way, and maybe next year it'll be the year, but this year ain't it. Because at the end of the day, you got more experience on that side than you do on Boston's side.
Absolutely.
You got championship experience on that side, and that always is the determining factor on who's going to do what. And it isn't until, you get them legs under you in May and June where you say, okay, now we ready to take the throne. Boston will be the team of the East for the next 5 years, but this year just ain't it.
Nah, and what LeBron has shown us, man, LeBron don't care nothing about them seeds.
Yeah.
I fully expect him to start to coast a little bit second half.
I was just about to say that.
Playoffs. He cool with being the 2 or 3 seed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the East is better, but it's still the Raptors, Celtics, Wizards. LeBron gonna run through them.
Yeah, and whoever else manages to get in.
So I'm just gonna speak up for my Wizards because I'm a Wizards fan. All right. And I have been a Wizards fan. It's not new. They are the one team in the East outside of the Celtics that could give the Cavaliers some problems. I feel like they match up well.
Yeah, they do.
So if it does come down to a Eastern Conference semifinal, that's not a team that they just gonna run over. I can't give you that.
What's your definition of run over? I'm saying they losing 6.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say Wizards losing 6.
Oh well, you said run through 6s. That's respectable.
Yeah,
now, when I say run through, I'm just saying the Cavs gonna win. I ain't saying every gonna be sweep.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I mean by run through. Run through is 5 games and less. 4 or 5 games, and depends on if you go 5 games, you win by 15 points each game.
My bias is telling me that the Wizards gonna take them 7 games.
Nah,
bro. That's my bias.
I got 6, man. I give them 6. And I like John Wall and I like Bradley Beal. I like Otto Porter, but at the end of the day,
they playing the best basketball they played together since they've been together.
Yeah, well, I mean, at some point in time, they was gonna have to.
Eventually,
they've been playing together for 5 years. Shoot, I mean, at some point it was gonna click.
I feel like y'all still need another piece to compete with the big boys, man.
Yeah.
I love John Wall.
Y'all are one piece
away. Bill, Otto
I was hoping Otto Porter would be that guy, but it ain't too late.
No, he's a core guy. Otto Porter's a core guy. He's not gonna be a guy that you can lean on. Y'all need a guy where y'all can give him the ball late and say, "Go give me a bucket."
Somebody that can come off the bench and still give about 15, 20.
Yeah, y'all are one piece away, but y'all are close to contending for the crown of the East. I think I'm more intrigued because I'm a Bulls fan, so I know I'm just waiting on that lottery pick.
They've been playing pretty good recently.
Yeah.
Kind of messing it up.
I know. And I'm not one to tank. I don't like the tanking stuff. I'm not in that conversation of people that like, oh yeah, let's lose every game and hope we get the number 1 pick. Let's try to win every single game all the time because that's an old school mentality. But I was like, well, if we get Bagley out of it, fine. But I'm actually happy with how they're playing. But I know whatever pick, we're gonna be a lottery team. We're not gonna make the playoffs, but I like how they're playing right now. And even when you get Zach LaVine back, I just don't trust Zach LaVine enough to think that it's enough to make us an 8 seed in the East. And I wish we had fired Gar Forman and
I
John.
don't think y'all concerned. Y'all
Get rid of the
concerned
whole
with
front office.
Okay, yeah, I'm a Heat fan. Even though I'm a LeBron fanatic, I'm a Heat fan, and I'm going through withdrawal because I absolutely hate Dion Waiters. Bro, never trust a player in a contract year.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
In any sport.
I'm like, he was killing it. He got that contract and he turned back into Dion Waiters. Absolute trust. Like, wow.
He's like it's like what I use that analogy with how Chris Johnson was with the Titans. You know, he went off for 2,000 and then he had big money, and then he started running with money bags around his ankles, couldn't lift his feet. That's what happened with Dion Waiters. I mean, last year he was the man. But Dion Waiters reminds me of that cousin that you don't really like, but you have to bring him places with you because your parents make you. Like, you can't go nowhere unless you bring him with. That's what I feel like it is with Dion Waiters. That's how I feel like Hassan Whiteside must feel like. I can only come places if I have Dion Waiters because Pat Riley won't let me go places by myself. So Dion Waiters is not a person that you build a franchise around. Like you don't. Right. He's not a core guy. He's a guy that if he was coming off the bench, give me some minutes. Yeah. Cool. But Dion Waiters is not worth the money that they signed him to.
No, we didn't give Dragic money. We gave Whiteside money. Gave James Johnson money. We pretty much it ain't too much we can do.
Pat Riley said lottery time. But Pat Riley, he the Godfather, so he gonna make something work.
Yeah, he gonna make something
gonna shake in 2 years. Like Pat Riley don't pick in the lottery more than twice. He gonna make something. Something gonna shake. He gonna end up. The Heat gonna be back in the 5-6-5 in the East in no time. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for the Bulls front office to be thrown out by the city of Chicago. We signed Dwayne Wade last year. I'm like, why? I would have loved that 5 years ago.
That was a hometown legend. You trying to get some people in the state?
I do not want bucket list Wade. I'm out the United Center during the Baby Bulls with Eddie Curry. The attendance was not about to go down. Okay? We did not need to sign Dwayne Wade. I love Dwayne Wade. He's one of my top 5 favorite players of all time. I love D Wade. Played at Marquette. I watched him when he made that run to the Final Four. Love Dwayne Wade. But I don't want bucket list Dwayne Wade. I wanted 5 years ago. I still got it, Dwayne Wade.
Bucket list Dwayne Wade.
I'm playing in Chicago just because I want to. Like, this is how I want to finish my career. And then he only stayed for a year anyway. When we bought him out, I was like, you know what, it's cool. But you know what? 2K that made me hate Dwayne Wade even more. Because there's something about 2K's My Player that make you hate players in real life. And every single year it's made me hate somebody individually. And it's really started to make me dislike Dwayne Wade as a ball player this year. Because every time I pass it to him, he don't make no shots.
So the player that 2K made me hate is Rudy Gay.
That was last year for me.
Rudy Gay.
It all started with Josh Smith. It started with Josh Smith back in 2K14. I was playing with the Pistons, and he let Thabo Sefolosha hit a 3 over him without putting his hands up. I remember turning the game off and turning on the actual game, and I saw Josh Smith. I just started looking in disgust. And I hated Josh Smith ever since then. 2K makes me hate people in real life. Like, it makes me hate real life people. And
that's real.
Because I got it on pre-order, and I was like, this is my chance to actually play with the Bulls on the career mode. It's made me start to really hate Dwayne Wade as a ball player. I was looking at him like, you so damn old. Like, I love you, but I hate you at the same time. It's like that old couple that been together 50 years and they really don't like each other, but they gonna stay together because there ain't no point.
Right, ain't no point now.
That's how I feel about Dwayne Wade at this point.
So fellas, I'ma hop in. I appreciate y'all time, man. I appreciate your contributions. I'ma have to call it a night. We right at about an hour 5. Hopefully in the future, we covered 4 NFL wildcard games. We talked a little basketball. We'll have a little bit more topics or maybe one central topic that we can focus on. I'm just getting the feel of things as far as people checking in, how many opinions we have going at one time, allotted time for your opinion, things of that nature. So just testing out all the kinks. But I'm going to cut it off. It's going to be posted on YouTube maybe in the next hour. I don't know how long it takes to upload, but
any parting thoughts, any shout outs, any shameless plugs, anything like that before I let y'all go?
Shameless plug.
Black Panther comes out in February.
Yeah, Black Panther come out in February. Shout out to Patrick Kane, 8 points shy of 800 career points.
All right. Thank you guys for your time.
I'm such a hater, man. Shoot, get out of here with all that, man.
Good night. In the words of the immortal Russell Simmons, good night and God bless.
All right, peace, y'all. Y'all be safe, man.
All right.